Hi everybody, welcome to Gunpla TV.
Hey guys.
Brought to you by HobbyLink Japan. This is episode 229.
229.
And we have a lot of plastic here.
Yeah, some
to
big,
talk about. We got some
big stuff.
Releases here to talk about. Finally, not finally, I mean we had the winter break and everything, so this was finished weeks ago, but finally we can show the completed Thunderbolt Zaku Ver.Ka.
Yeah.
So you've got your Vidar
I got
there.
my Vidar.
And we did have some kits that came in as well. So I guess we'll do what we normally do and talk about the kits that just came in.
Okay.
And there's one in there from last year as well, which we got to talk about. So let me move this out of the way. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. It's too big to get out of the way. First off, what's that? We got it from IBO Season 2.
Kit number
This
30.
is the Hekija. Hekija.
Hekija.
Hekija. I can never read that kanji.
Hekija.
Like, what are they going for with that kanji? Hekija. And yeah, I don't know if you like the IBO design.
Some interesting colors for this one.
I'm not too down on the colors. I think they're all right. It's just that shoulder design. It's interesting, but then again, when you see these, you don't really know what part they play in the show until you see them on the episode and stuff.
This one hasn't been on the show yet, I think.
Yeah, so maybe we'll just put that here for now. Todd, you might be a little excited for this one. Lunagazer Gundam.
Build fighters.
Some new build fighters. Now, as you can see, it's what, the Stargazer with some extra stuff in there.
The Lunagazer? Oh no, it's not the Stargazer. It's that new Hyakushiki kit.
Oh, really?
But it's not gold this time.
I did not know that. Oh, I can see it in the shoulders.
So that was HG 200, I believe. Yeah.
All right, so you're pretty familiar with this. Yeah, the rifle looks the same. Oh, see, you know what's going on. I'll give that to you.
Okay.
Maybe you should have it ready for next week. We'll talk about it, and you'll be even more informed out there, all you viewers. And now, I think I just built a gun cannon from Origin, but here is another gun cannon from Origin. And now when I built that one, I was left with different backpack parts, and I was like, what is that? And the manual even said, like, if you're mounting the long...
Right.
The beam cannon or whatever, then use this piece or use this piece. And now I see why, because you are able on this kit to put two of the same weapon on it.
Okay.
So you can make either, the test type or the firepower test type. So one of them is going to have, I guess, the what do you call them, Vulcan guns,
if the runners
Gatlings, and the other one's going to have the long barrels on there. So
I wonder if the runners are still in there for the other cannon that came in the other kit.
well, what do you mean? I mean,
there was a different
that
cannon
stand
I thought
again.
in the old one.
There's that stand again. I thought the cannons are all the same.
Well,
There's some new pieces in there.
Oh.
It just says gun cannon Origin though. So, of course, we won't know until we assemble it. I guess that's gonna be my job. Digging the orange.
Some new hands.
I'm looking. Oh, those hands look familiar. Okay, anyway.
Oh.
Can't get too far into it. Seems like more stickers than I remember on the original gun cannon kit. So, that's cool. So I guess maybe I will be busy with that. Now, this big bad boy came in like the last day of the month almost.
Right.
So, you would think normally this would be like the big December release, but then of course they had the Thunderbolt. So this is kind of throw-in at the end of the month. I don't know why they're going for that. This is a titanium unicorn for those that don't know. And the original titanium unicorn was the Ver.Ka kit. The first Ver.Ka unicorn, the very first MG unicorn there was 2007.
Yeah, it's been 10 years.
Yes, it's been 10
It's a 10-year-old kit.
Yeah, and 2 years later they did the titanium finish in 2009, I think.
Okay.
And then they followed that up with the OVAs. But when they released the OVAs, there were some design changes in the armor parts from the Ver.Ka, allowing for more articulation and stuff like that. So when I saw that they were doing a titanium version, my first thought is, it's the OVA kit. But I don't know until we open the box. But the main thing we need to talk about on this thing is the red-green twin frame in it.
Twin frames, so you get to choose colors. And it's really Christmas.
It's the Christmas. No wonder they released it that day after Christmas.
Right.
So on all Unicorn MGs, it's the A and the B runner. So here you have your A runners, B runners, and here you have your A runners. And you can see you have both red and green.
Two options.
Two options. Now, a lot of times when you're building Gunpla, we think, I can take it apart afterwards if I'm going to paint it. Or I can take it apart and do this, that, and this other thing. However, with the MG Unicorn and its lack of polycaps, for one thing, and the two frames with the cycle frame and the normal frame parts, this kit is not that easy to take apart.
I'd be afraid of scratching that titanium finish trying to pull the parts apart.
Yeah, so I would advise, you know, just pick one of them or whatever you're going to do and build it and, you know,
Be happy.
be happy with it, be satisfied, and think about it long and hard before you start though. But the titanium finish it's pretty beautiful. You know. Now the OVA kits when they came out, they were it was the OVA color, so they were not like pure white like the Ver.Ka. They were off-white, a little bit gray. This looks more whitish than it does gray. So I'm not sure if they're going for that Ver.Ka look or the OVA look. Now, there's one runner I want to find here. So this is the F runner. This needs to be talked about. You know, let me find the other runner if it's in here. There's the F runner. So these parts are all for your legs. And you can see you've got side armor parts. And you've got the rear armor part here. This is important. Hold on to that for me.
Sure.
If I can find this other runner. Oh, here it is.
Ta-da!
Ta-da. This is the R1 runner. Now, look at that one.
Okay.
This is from what year? If you look at the back, 2007.
Yep.
2007. That's the original Unicorn Ver.Ka kit parts right there. So you have the parts, I guess, you would need to make a Ver.Ka version. But you also have the R1 parts, which are from 2010, which is the OVAs. You can say it's 2010 back there. And you have the armor parts, and you have the extra for the side of the legs, the back of the legs, for the head, which contains the Gatlings at the time. So you have new head parts, and that extra fin they gave you, fixed position fin, and then this is for the back of the skirt. So the previous one was longer and inhibited movement, I believe. So these new parts are supposed to allow you to bend the legs more and to twist the torso more. So I thought, oh well, we are building the OVA titanium finish, which we've never seen before. But wait,
There's more?
there's less.
Oh no!
See, this is R1, and you would think if I'm building two legs that there would be two R1 runners.
Right, you need another one of those.
Yeah, and looking through this box, oh, I see that cool blue.
That's
awesome
nice, isn't it?
blue. Looking through the box, I'm like, I cannot find another R1
You're
runner.
only
Can you
getting
hold that?
one R1 runner?
It's like, what am I doing here? So, let's go to the manual, like we always do. To the manual. And I open up this first few pages, and I say there's a lot of English in here. But when you see the R1, it says, are you ready? You are not using the leg parts.
Oh.
So are we building the Ver.Ka? Am I actually getting a chance to build the Ver.Ka titanium finish?
I guess
which
so.
was discontinued in 2009 or 10?
You missed the chance.
Yeah, I missed it. Now if you want a Ver.Ka titanium finish, you have to go to like Akihabara and those places. And people are selling it for like $300. Yeah, and this is like an 8,000 yen kit or something like that. But yeah, it's like $300, 25,000 yen sometimes, or more. Or you go to the auction sites and it's even more ridiculous of a price. So you have a chance, I guess, now of building the Ver.Ka version of this kit.
So this kit's a good deal.
Yeah, it's a pretty good deal. The only thing that it would be missing, it does come with stickers, dry transfers, and foils. But the only thing it would be missing is the Ver.Ka markings. However, those are on sale on our site again. We got restocks of the Gundam Decal Ver.Ka 1100 Unicorn. So if you were to pick up those decals, and with this kit, you could make a Ver.Ka version of the Unicorn with a green frame. So if you have the old one red frame, you can have a green frame one as well. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Of course, my first question is why? Why are we releasing this kit? Like, is demand for the titanium finish that high? Really? It was. I mean, when there was a rumor that they were going to reproduce it, we put it back on our website, and I think we took like a couple hundred orders for it between customers all around the world, hoping to get in on that again.
Right.
And of course, it turned out to be a rumor, not real. And instead, we got a restock of the HG titanium finish.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but now, if you missed out on the titanium or the Ver.Ka unicorn, well, here's your chance now.
Yeah.
You can build it again. So
don't miss out.
Yeah, I'm gonna give that to you.
Okay.
I don't have any time. Pick a color, Todd. Don't tell me what it is.
All right.
Pick a color, build it all up, and we'll talk about it again, and we'll see what it looks like when it's all done.
Sure.
There you go. Okay, so now we had to talk about kits we built before the break or during the break or, you know, at some point in the last month or so. I'm going to talk about Zaku first.
Okay.
I'm not going to let you go, okay? I'm not going to let you finish.
You're
I'm
not gonna
going
let me
Zaku
go?
right now.
All right.
All right, so there you go. There's my Zaku.
What?
Yeah, I'm sure everybody was expecting something else. Don't worry, we'll get to that. But, you know, I did take this kit home some weeks ago, and I wanted to build it, and I wanted to show it, and I did. So I have the Zaku 1 Chars from Gundam Origin, one of the latest HGs from the Gundam Origin. And I gotta say, it's a pretty fun kit, even though I've kind of built this before. I've got it this way so you can see it basically looks like the Denim and Slender kit and those kind of things. This thing does have something different that I will show you in a second, but I want to point out that this is very much like the Origin Zaku and the Origin Zaku 1 because, well, you have all these parts from this kit. Here, let me just throw them on here. These are all parts that you don't use, but come with the kit. Not this one. This one. Parts. You don't use them. They come with the kit. So I guess you could build different versions of it if you are so inclined. Although it does come with stickers meant just for these parts, and it does come with the weapons we're used to, right? We got the axe. One goes in his hand. One can just clip onto his skirt. Right? No problem. I am just a Zaku. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Zaku type things. But the unique thing about this kit is this little thing right here. Check that out.
Oh.
And remember when we opened up this kit, kind of going through it as a preview, we found this runner and we thought, oh, this is the new runner. Like I remember us talking about it. Here's the new runner.
Right.
Well,
Well.
that's not really true.
Oh.
Because this G runner is also called Zaku 1 Origin. So it is the same runner that we have seen in the other Zaku 1 Origin kits. Well, the only thing that's new is this, which will contain your parts for the gun. And this little section here, I wonder if I can just snap it off. This little section here that they tagged on this end, snap, which contained this rubber strap.
I see.
So, new parts, ta-da! That many.
Wow.
I know. So I'll show you how those go on here. You take your, it's not rubber, it's an ammo strap. It's plastic, it's thin, it bends, but it's not super flexible. You close it in there, and when it comes time to putting it on the gun here, this is where the hand normally goes onto that gun with the tab. It's actually there's some of the handle cut away, and that tab is longer. So you put this on here to kind of replace that part of the handle that was cut away there. And then you can put that tab into his hand. So if I've done this correctly, I put that on there like that. I grab my other part and I slide it on. Hopefully I got it lined up properly. Come on. You know, I just took this apart for the purpose of the show, so you think I should be able to get it back, but I'm just not getting the angle right. There we go. So he's in. There he is. There's his rifle. It's a little bit different at the top here, and swiveling scope and handle. And you'll need that actually, because here we go. I'm going to put this on. I'm going to plug it in.
Oh, that plugs into the back skirt.
It plugs into the bottom of the backpack.
Oh, okay.
Just like that. Bottom of the backpack. Right? And then it'll plug into his hand here, into his wrist. So I'll take this hand away. I'll put this on. And they have it, and this is weird to me. I don't know if you can see it actually, but this angle isn't straight. It goes this way.
Okay.
So when you plug it in, the gun is kind of pointing out. Like, hey, what's going on? And if I stand in there, it's like sticking straight out. Kind of looks ridiculous. So you have to adjust it. So I will get him in a classic firing pose here by swapping out this hand and plugging in that side handle. And there we go. He is ready to go. Ready to keep on firing until his ammo runs out. There you go. How you like my Zaku?
That wasn't exactly what I was expecting.
That's what I was going for. Full of surprises. It's pretty cool. Of course, after having built so many origin kits, I'm like, oh, okay, Zaku. Like, I feel like I've done this before. And when
Maybe a few times.
Maybe a few times. When you look at the runners they give you, you just, yeah, I have done it before. Here's the, what is it? The origin, Zaku. Where's the label here? The Zaku 1 origin parts, as well as the Zaku origin parts, right? So if you built the Denim and Slender or the Char Zaku or any of those ones, you kind of know what you're looking at here. And that means you're left with quite a few extra parts that you're not going to be using.
Yeah, you can make some customs.
You can mix and match and whatever else. Of course, a lot of these will work with your Bugu as well, which share a lot of all these parts. You can do a lot of custom work. Of course, the only thing that's really new on it is this attachment here with the ammo belt onto your gun here. This is your gun. So, I do find that it's really stiff, which kind of pushes on this hand. But if you have it gripped on there, he's fine. He's good to go. Double grip. And I put all the markings on so he looks sexy as always.
Ooh.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Origin. I was like, I want to build all the origin kits, and then I'm just going to have a shelf full of Zakus.
Well,
give me another Dom.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Give me another Dom.
Well, that would be nice.
Yeah. Okay. So I will get to the real Zaku, what we want to talk about in this show. But I'm going to let you do the Vidar first, okay? Because I totally
space out the
stole your
Zakus.
thunder there. Yeah.
Ta-da.
From one red kit to the next.
Yeah,
okay,
right.
you ready?
Yeah, I'm good. Let's talk about it. Hey guys, we're back with another Vidar.
All right.
This is a slightly bigger Vidar, though.
Vidar done that.
Vidar. And if you've been watching the anime, actually, then you've kind of had the confirmation about the suit that I hinted about in the HG review.
Yeah.
That this basically is that
Kimaris.
the Kimaris.
Yeah.
But redone with a new armor set.
Okay.
Because he got a little bit, he got the knife through the heart in the end of that first season, so
yeah.
I guess they decided they had to go make it more stealthy so you couldn't see that it was the Kimaris, except when he finally shows up and confronts his enemy there, he basically gives away who he is, piloting the suit. And, oh yeah, this is going to be the Kimaris, and they show in that episode like, hey, what happened to the mobile suit after it was destroyed at the end of that first season? Oh, it was given back to the family. Okay, so welcome to Kimaris third form.
There you go.
Or as they say now, it's Vidar.
Yeah.
It's a new form. Alright, so a lot of the stuff is kind of similar to the HG kit. We're going to have a lot of the same weapons, but for the larger 100 scale kit, we are going to have some new stuff to talk about, slightly different things. First up, just looking at this kit, the proportions of this kit just, they feel a bit different than the HG kit. It kind of, it fills out better when it's in the larger form.
I would agree with you, because I know the difference in scale between the HGs and MG, or 100s, but it just looks...
There's
more,
right. There's just something else about it. Yeah, or we can't say exactly, but the 100 kit looks better.
It does.
It looks better. It has that same inner frame, the Gundam Barbados inner frame, as the rest of the kit. So you still have that whole complete inner frame there. Yep. And we have the better color separation than HG kit, of course. Not so many stickers going on with this kit, and they actually give you like colored plastic pieces to put in here on the skirts, and some stuff that actually, like this one, there was no color here on the HG kit. It was just one dark solid chunk of plastic. There were two things sandwiched together. But on 100 kit we have a little bit of articulation for the side holder thruster there.
Okay.
So he can kind of float around, and of course we got the colored plastic on the inside of the leg jets. Gives it that nice fancy look. And this does carry over from the HG kit. This is one of his signature weapons on the feet there. What were we saying with the HG kit? It's kind of like an ice skate.
Ice skates.
The ice skates, except they call it the Hunter's Edge for the feet. So
it's a spike that you put in your shoe when you want to kick somebody in a street fight. Right?
Yeah, there you go. Like those steel-toed shoes with the little spike at the tip there. he takes that to a whole new level.
That's right. Gotta be careful he doesn't cut himself when he bends over to tie his shoe.
He's edgy. He's getting a bit edgy here. So this kit does also have that third reactor there. Because usually the Gundam frames, as we learned in this show, they actually have kind of two reactors. Here, it's easier to see on the back. They have two reactors compared to like the Greys that only has the one single one going on in the middle. But this guy needed some more power for some reason, so they just bolted on a third reactor for him. Maybe he wasn't feeling confident about his mobile suit piloting skills, and
Taking revenge needs power.
he needs more power. That could be. The thruster here on the back, it swivels up and down, and we've got action for whatever these things on the back there are. The wings. Maybe he's drinking some Red Bull. Everyone knows Red Bull gives you wings. Alright, so also for this kit, for the weapons, again, we have a rifle. The two handguns. So he's got a bit more long distance weaponry. Maybe he's afraid of somebody getting close to him, so he feels he needs more distance type weapons. But just in case somebody does get close to him, and this is one of the really cool features about the 100 scale kit compared to the HG kit, is the sword.
Okay.
But
wait a minute.
Something's missing.
It's not a sword, it's just a handle.
It is just a handle. But actually with this kit, you get one handle and you get 6 swords.
A needle? Is that what they called it?
There you...
Was it the needle? What did they call it?
I called it the needle, but they call it the burst saber.
Okay.
But the needle, because if you watch Game of Thrones, there's a famous sword in that story called the needle. Okay. And this sword really looks a lot like the needle. Alright, also I should mention that you have, just like the other 100 scale kits, you get the open hands, and you do get some closed hands. So I'm going to swap out his right open hand here for the closed hand and kind of show you how this works. So this closed hand has a bit of a has a swivel on there, so you can give it some extra pose. And you're going to need that if you want to pose it so he's grabbing his sword. Now let me see if I can kind of do that. He should be able to reach over and...
Whoa.
Oh, he can almost make
his waist, yeah.
There you go. So he can kind of get this pose going on that he's going to be grabbing for that sword there. And he plugs it in and boom, pulls it out.
Okay.
So on the side skirts here, you actually do have 6 individual burst sabers in here, so each one can be pulled out and attached to the handle. So he's got a lot of swords to work with there. On the HG kit, these the ones in the skirt couldn't be pulled out. They were kind of connected together, but they did give you an extra beam just to put on there so you can have one to hold. But the 100 kit is kind of cool that you can just put that in there and slide it out like that. It's really nifty. So, I think that really is about it for this kit. A great looking kit for 100 scale. I recommend it. So he's a bit bigger than the HG.
I gotta say, he actually looks massive when he's standing there like that. The HG.
The HG was just smaller, but I guess just with that size, it just has a more impressive look to it.
Yeah, I like him. The HG, I was like, yeah, I guess he looks kind of cool. But seeing this guy, it's like, yeah, this is a decent mobile suit.
Just something about the proportions in this larger size make him look nicer.
Yeah, I think so. Okay. Nice. So I wonder what's going to be the next 100 one. Well, we know that's like the new frame.
We know there's new...
New frame something.
I think there is a new Barbatos coming.
Yes.
9th form? 10th form?
We're not supposed to say anything. So. Yeah. Okay. So when that comes, we'll have to compare.
Okay.
These other ones. We have some 100s lying around. All right. So I guess we can...
It's time for the main entree.
It's time for the main course, right? Yeah, so this might take some time to prepare, but I'm gonna just sit him here so you can kind of feast your eyes.
Just admire that.
Just admire. Look at that booster.
That thing is huge.
It is huge. And if you were to take off this, like you have a stand, a base, you can see he's wobbling. And you're like, oh man, thank goodness I have a base. But if you were to detach your Psycho Zaku and just have the backpack mounted on here, like you can do, this thing would be like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah. So actually, even if I take off this beam bazooka, which is quite heavy, you might see it start to lift off the ground. Just because all the weight
the weight's getting transferred to the back.
So when I first built it, I didn't have any of the weapons on it, and it was kind of wobbly and heavy. And then I started putting the weapons on, and it went like this. Put the
You need to have some weights in that in this display stand,
right
like an
around
aircraft
here.
model.
There you go.
Speaking of
weights,
balance.
actually that's the adapter here. I should point this out. With this adapter, you have two places where you can mount it.
Okay, so you can have it like angled or
so
straight?
you can have it straight on, which is what I had, or you can have them kind of flying forward, which pushes this up, which changes the weight.
Oh.
So I was kind of going like this all the time because I was building it. You have to build it on the stand.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because they want you to kind of put this part on the backpack and then add the weapons and then add this and then add this. So you kind of have to do it while it's mounted on here. And the manual doesn't tell you to have this attached yet, but I did anyways. It kind of works.
Oh, the kit.
Yeah, the actual Zaku. But you do slide it in there, and then click, and then he's okay. So I will talk about it in much more detail, but I'm going to need to prepare here. So give me a second to get set up.
You got it.
Look at this.
Wow.
I'm just going to try and rotate it around. If it gets out of shot, don't worry, we'll fix it. I'm going to show you this in its entirety here, and then I'm going to take it apart and we'll talk about specifics, because there's lots of things to talk about. I showed in the previous episode we filmed on this how you can get it on and off of the backpack booster here with these levers here. So I'll go ahead and I'll pull it off. And whoa.
Whoa, Nelly.
Yeah, you can see, whoa. Whoa. It's like coming off the ground there, right? Let me put this to the side here. Man, that's heavy. And don't fall. Let's talk about my good friend, the Psycho Zaku. Of course, he's got this giant beam bazooka, which is
that's
too heavy for.
Very dome looking.
Yeah, he can't hold it. Like it's dropping, it's dropping, it's dropping. So on the one hand, I'm glad that they gave us the swappable hand parts, right? Here they are, this hand part and this hand part, instead of like the 2.0 hands. These are secure on the handle, probably better than those would be, but it's just too heavy. And you actually have flexibility in the wrist here as well, somewhat. So the extra weight of this thing is just pulling the wrist off, pulling the wrist down. So, oh my goodness.
Like
yeah.
so.
And that's one other thing I need to mention here. Let me get this bazooka out of this dude's hand here. One other thing I need to mention is that the side skirts, you know, they don't have the 1, they have the 3. Yeah, they fall off. A lot.
Oh.
I'm not worried about that part. It's this part, because I have to like slide it back up into here, so I find that I'm turning this around like this.
Oh, there's the other side.
Really? Are you sure? No, it's the one I had in my hand.
Oh, okay.
And I'm trying to hold my thumb here, so I can jab this up in here. Go, 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 go. I actually thought I had lost one piece, just because it had fallen off and I didn't know where it went. Turned out it was in another Zaku box, thank goodness. But yeah, okay, I got it on there. I mean, these side skirts are awesome. Like, that's a cool, way cool design. And they'll split out as you start spreading his legs, and his legs are quite heavy. So it's great. Unfortunately, though, if you don't actually have it jammed up in there, gravity will just cause it to fall off. But it is cool. Come on, you turn back around. I do like the tubing, and for the most part, in most places. This one was the first side I did, and I actually started tearing the tubing, so I cut off the broken part, which meant that I had less in here, and it doesn't scrunch up as much. And this looks much bigger on this side. I kind of prefer this look. So when you're building it, it says, you know, cut off 8 centimeters of tubing, you know, but it can be shorter if you want it to be. That is cool. It's much easier to put the joints together on this kit, like the elbow joint and the knee joint. Much easier. Let me get that piece. To put those joints together. I think we did a little kind of tutorial on the full armor, explaining how to work the frame covers and the joints. This kit, you probably don't need it. It's if you do think you are having some issues with your assembly of this, let me know and we'll have a little tutorial. We'll try and put one together showing you how to do this. Interestingly, on all other Zakus, when you're doing this 2.0, and this is an important thing to mention here, you have your little knee circles here, and they are stuck on the frame, and they stay in one position as you bend your leg. These are actually mounted onto the part underneath here at the bottom, so it's actually moving away from the center when you bend the knee.
Yeah, I can see that.
We're actually going to talk about that right now, kind of a comparison, because we wondered, are we getting a 2.0 Zaku? Are we getting a brand new, would you say 3.0 Zaku?
Oh.
What are we getting when it comes to the Zaku Thunderbolt? And with the help of my co-host here,
hello,
we are going to show you. Now, let's start with the obvious part here. The knees. We're going to bend the knees on this big bad boy. And you bend the knee, and you have this moving piston in here. This is the second kit I ever built, was a Master Grade Zaku 2.0. And I loved that moving piston. I thought, oh my goodness, I am actually building a robot. This is crazy. And the feet have similar moving pistons. When you were building this new Psycho Zaku, you were using this frame part and this frame part, but you are not using any of the other parts. They give you new parts at the top. They give you this piece is slightly different, and so there's actually a gap left in there where this piece does not exist. You'll see if I were to take off the frame cover, you would see a split in there because there's no moving part in there. But once you put the frame cover on, you can't really see it. So I thought that was interesting. You know, they same with the elbows. Like you use the knee and elbow parts. You'll use these elbow parts as well, right? And then you'll just put the cover over it, and then this part will be slightly different, and these parts down here are slightly different. And the side skirt here's the one piece. There's three pieces. Even how you kind of connect this part here and this part here are similar, but this kit does it better. So here you have this ball joint, right? And you had to kind of jam it in there.
Right.
And it would pop out and go in and pop out and go in. With this kit, you're actually given a separate plastic piece that doesn't come on kind of the floppy runner. Like here's this Zaku, and you have this plastic, which is quite flexible, but
the polycap type plastic.
Polycap type plastic, but it's a little too loosey goosey at times. This you get a new part, and it plugs in and it pivots, but it's not going to come out. Like I can pull it out here when I need to because I need to pull this armor off and on, but this I don't have any worries about this part coming off this area, which would sometimes happen on this kit. So this is an improvement here. Another area to look at, of course, is our shoulders here. You can see you got your three spikes, you got a frame part, and you'll put the armor part over top, right? So basically, when you think of armor, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces to make up your shoulder here, right? This one I have one red piece, a second red piece, 4 white pieces, 8 gold thrusters, and then 2 pieces per spike. So it's like 4 times the amount of work or more just to assemble that shoulder. But when you are finished, of course, look at that sexy shoulder. It's awesome. Even though the connection here, the shoulder joint is the same and the connection here is the same, you're getting the same frame parts. But they give you extra parts here because you're going to need to put in these thruster parts as well. There's more pieces to the shoulder. So it's surprising kind of what they moved from this kit into this kit, but also what they decided to change. Definitely I think is an improvement on this design, though I'm not sure I'd want to use frame covers every time I built it. The feet kind of go together the exact same, like all the frame parts are the same, and the moving pistons in there, and the ankles are the same. It's just you're putting different pieces on the bottom here. So here we go. There's my different pieces, right? I got a thruster I need to put on, and I have all these things that you're supposed to open. Did we talk about that last time?
Oh, did we?
I thought we did. I don't know if I want to get in there and pull these out, but
Like grappling claws.
Hey, when you're flying through space at 1,000,000 miles an hour and you need to just stop suddenly. Come on. Open up, says me. Oh, right. And this one will open too, apparently. There we go. Right. The grabbing hands. There you go. Check that out. That is kind of cool. So, you have those. I think the full armor Thunderbolt Arcs 7-8 have that as well.
Mm.
It is really cool. It is really cool. You can pop off the backpack and move the torso around. I believe I mentioned that as well. And you can see, side skirt piece.
Yep, that's the other side.
That's the other side. And I gotta be careful because what's gonna happen is I'll touch the side skirt, trying to get this side skirt in, and it will fall off. This is kind of the biggest downside of this kit. Is that side skirt. I really wish it had. I love the look of it. I just wish it had been done better, or differently. So there we go. Maybe I'll stop talking about this guy for a while now because I have something else that needs to be talked about. Moving this over here. Hang around with your buddy. Okay, so yeah, I have a backpack. Dun, 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 dun.
Indeed.
And I can change the angle. That helps maybe a little bit. We have these arms. Now this is cool. These arms will open. And I talked about this, I think, already. And they can pivot. Whoa! And they can rotate on this thing as well. So when I want my arm to go back and grab me a bazooka, technically, it could do it.
I remember those on the HG kit. There was either just one piece that's all grouped together or one extended out already.
Yeah. I'll fold this back up. Or just leave it out here. That is cool. That is cool. I'm glad to see they actually kind of incorporated that in there. It really changes the aspect, the dynamic of that backpack. So, it's just so wobbly. Let's talk about everything that's on this thing, shall we? You got 3 giant bazookas. Wow. Well, these are bazookas that have come with the flight type versions of the previous MG Zakus. I think only there's an extra piece on some of the runners for the handle because the handle has to go into these new hands. You have to fold them up a very certain way to get them in, and the manual advises this, and I tried it out and there's no way around it. You have to put in this center bazooka before you attach all this in here.
Huh.
Because you will not get your bazooka into this narrow space directly. Right? It has to kind of go in sideways, and which means this post can't be here, this connector post. And these connector posts, if you don't have them lined up properly, they're not going to hold it together, and this thing will start to spread apart. So you really need to make sure you've got everything positioned properly, pushed in, and then it should hold. Right? Everything holds on. Yeah, everything holds on, the bazookas anyway, quite well actually. The machine guns, well, that's a little bit of a different issue. Because you have only, man, this thing is so big. You have this extra piece here. It has a little tab here. This little tab is meant to fit in here. And if you're not kind of lining it up properly, or when you go to put your machine gun handle in there, if you don't have that lined up properly, the machine gun butt of the rifle will bump up against here and things will start falling off. So it took me a while to kind of get the right position in here. And you really have to refer to the manual because they'll have the diagram for how it works. And you got your extra Zaku machine gun ammo canisters here. These aren't really meant to come off. They're kind of designed slightly differently, so I don't think you can swap them very easily. Then what are these? The Sturmfasts.
Oh yeah. 3
of these babies. They go on there. So I was going to say, well, it's a lot of plastic or it's a lot of work. This part isn't that bad, because I have 2 pieces to sandwich together, 2 pieces to sandwich together, 2 pieces to sandwich together, right? And then just a bunch of thrusters to put on. So it's not necessarily a bunch of work. Actually, I think this could come off as well. If you're crazy. If you're going to do that craziness. But you have little plastic pieces you can put in there, and you can forego that because, we have this. And I haven't actually tried this yet. I'm not quite even sure where it goes.
Looks like it just goes onto one of the thrusters there. Just kind of folds it.
Would you bolt it on? Nah.
Just rests
Oh,
in
yeah,
there.
maybe it's just...
It's backwards.
You know what?
Hmm.
Let me get out the manual.
Da-dum.
Da-da-da. I got a bag full of stuff here, so let me see if I can find that manual. And we'll find out. We'll answer this here. Like, I kept it on the stand because I just don't feel I have a choice. I don't think I have a choice. But I was looking at the wrong one. It's supposed to go here.
Aha.
Like that. Why would I think it'd go there? So let's try this out. You're so crazy. Don't know it. Okay. Put that on there. Go, go, go. My lever might be in the wrong spot. Go, go, go. Lock it in. Let's get the smaller stand there.
Oh.
Oh man, it's fluff. Whoa, he's tipping, he's tipping. Don't do that. Well, he's tipping, he's tipping. Wow, he is a little bit unstable. The sheer weight of the backpack is, and these boosters is too much for the hip joint of the Zaku. So, oh, yeah, I'll take some weight away. So, I can do that, and he'll stay. But if he starts to lean one direction or the other, we could be in for some topple city.
It looks like he's leaning forward a bit.
I hope so. It's got to compensate for all that weight, right? Whoa. Yeah. Let's just say, yay, and I'm going to put it back on stand. Okay, there you go. You have one monster booster backpack.
Impressive.
Weapon hanger thingy.
Most impressive.
I know, and then you have your Zaku himself here. It's crazy. As I pointed out, there's some differences in here, but there's some similarities. And, you know, it does use some of the same parts, and you realize how much it doesn't use when you finished the build. And you have, like these runners here, you have 4 of these. And these 2 parts here are never used in the build. And you're like, wait, where did those come from? I don't know. And then
yeah, that's a unique runner for this
parts
kit,
for the head, chest, backpack, all that stuff. Side skirts. Side skirts are completely different, as I mentioned. Like you have that's frame parts, leg frame parts. You get like 2 of these runners, right? Arm frame parts. Like you get so much stuff, and it gets all caught up in here. Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
Oh.
All right. So here's your arm frame with your hands. You can build the 2.0 hands, but you don't have the red backing. Poly caps for the cockpit, and then you have bazookas, because you're building like the giant bazooka ×3, but the normal Zaku bazooka, you've got all the parts almost here to make yourself a normal Zaku bazooka. So if I were to spend the time, somebody's there, dude, I might go back and make myself some bazookas. Bazookas everywhere, and I could have 6 of them.
One interesting thing I'm thinking, looking at these runners, is on the old Zaku, all of these frame parts were ABS.
Yeah.
But these runners don't say ABS.
Yeah,
they feel like regular polystyrene.
They probably are. I mean, they probably just
interesting.
they do polystyrene now, right?
Yeah, they got rid of the ABS.
Well, if they want to, I'm sure they can make an ABS runner. But for this kit, they went with polystyrene. Maybe partly due to weight. That's interesting too. So, yeah, he's a pretty sturdy fellow, and you'll have lots of spare parts for any of the Zaku 2s that you may want to do. Come on, bro. It looks dwarfed compared to that guy.
Yeah.
You're a big boy. Okay. Let's clean up. We have comments. We'll make it really quick. Let's clean up this desk, and then we can start. All right. This is the part of the show where we usually get into comments and stuff like that. And we had lots of comments because of what we were giving away, and because people love Todd's Christmas tree. So the comments were either, yeah, give it to me, or nice tree, Todd. So, I mean, that's great, but that doesn't really give me much to read on the show. Which is a good thing, because actually I have an announcement. I have an announcement about an announcement. So I can't give out too many details here. But what I can say is, around the time that this video goes up, another video should be going up on HobbyLink TV. It's very important that everybody looks at that. There's some cool stuff that is happening starting today.
Today?
Yeah, I guess.
By the time they watch this video, it is today.
When I get it up. So yeah, check out that video and be sure to do what that video tells you to do and join. That's all I can say. I can't give out too much information.
It's a secret.
I know, that's the whole point of having an announcement video, not to do it here.
You have to wait until today to see it.
That's right. So we do have that kit to give away.
What kit would that be?
That would be the one that everybody wanted. That's why we had 310 comments. You want to bring it up here, Tom?
Okay, you ready for it?
Yeah. Somebody is getting this Wasabi Ver.Ka, and like usual, these kits are built on the show and etc. 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 and then put back in boxes and moved around. So while you're getting this, you're not going to get the box. I'll have to repackage this because I can't afford to ship this for free. You will get everything that's in this box,
which is quite a bit of stuff.
Yeah. However, I should point out and make a disclaimer that it's possible that not every single part for this kit is in this box. So, yeah, I want everybody to be aware of that, or the winner especially. You're going to get this kit. It could be that maybe one or two things aren't there, but for the most part, you are getting yourself one massive, look at this backpack.
Yeah.
One massive thing. Oh. There you go.
You can make a spaceship.
Look, even all the weapons parts and stuff I haven't even touched yet. I gotta clean up that box. It's too big. So 310 comments. Mr. Random Number Generator said,
okay,
give it to comment number 291.
291.
Yeah, or whoever Kiwi Banana's comment was.
Kiwi Banana.
Kiwi Banana is a name I recognize. Frequent commenter. Now winner.
Congratulations.
So, he says, I want that Wasabi.
Well,
Merry Christmas. I don't know. There you go. I will be contacting you and getting your name and address, and I will be sending you. Look at that. Look at that.
That's beautiful.
I gotta find a big box. I can't ship this big box, but I gotta find a big box because I'm not gonna cut these off. So yeah. That's awesome. Okay, let's leave it at that. Kiwi Banana, you win a MG Wasabi Ver.Ka. Anybody who wanted this kit and hasn't picked it up yet, I think we still have some of the premium decal versions up.
Okay.
So you can get it with the premium decals.
It's a good kit.
It's an awesome kit. I think because of the announcements and getting back into work and all the time away we spent, and we were quite busy, we're not going to give away a kit on this show. Because I got to use up my shipping budget on this thing. So don't worry, we'll have more starting next week probably. So there you go. That'll be it for episode 229.
Okay.
You want to say things you normally say?
Oh, the usual stuff.
Yeah, can you
All
do
right,
it?
so sure.
You know, we had a break.
All right, so you can find us, of course. We are brought to you by HobbyLink Japan, HLJ.com.
Yeah.
So please buy your kits from us, and you can find us on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and Reddit and Tumblr. Okay,
Yeah,
I think I covered them all.
you did well after that break.
After the break.
Okay. Next week we'll have some of these built, and we'll be heading into the second half of January, and we'll start to see. You know, I think the GM Sniper is going to be arriving.
Yeah.
And things like that. I'm really excited about that. If anybody has any questions or comments about what they saw on this episode and needs clarification about some things, please don't hesitate to ask, because we will show you what we can show.
Yeah.
Some people might be a little confused or slightly scared about some of the work on that kit. But, you know, like with the full armory Ver.Ka Thunderbolt, we showed how to do things.
Right.
To make things easier for people. So if somebody has an area of this kit that they want to know about, be sure to let us know. And until next week, we'll see you later. Now check out that other video.
Yeah, Happy New Year to everyone.
That's right, Happy New Year 2017.